That's right. Welcome back, folks, to a Notre Dame against undefeated Navy with the playoff on the line and a lot more edition of the Always Irish Show. As always, thanks for being here. You can find the program on YouTube. Do it, subscribe if you haven't yet. Appreciate it very much. Give the video a thumbs up. That helps Johnny out as well. Notifications on the way you don't miss nothing. Twitter, search bar Always Irish or at Always Irish Inc. Email is alwaysirishnd@gmail.com. Audio only, anywhere you want it. You can get it if you don't want to see my face. Ain't nobody blame you for that. I don't want to see it either. Call in lines 312-900-8815. Tell Uncle Johnny all you've heard and seen. Notre Dame Fighting Irish brought to you by Sports Illustrated. Read all about it every single day. Every single day of the year, not of the season, of the year. We got articles for you. Read all about it. Patreon.com/Always Irish. He the former captain. He the leading tackler. It's Mike Goolsby and myself breaking it all down behind the paywall. We let it rip. Fun community over there. Thanks to everybody supporting the Patreon. All right. Welcome in and welcome back, folks. Here we are again. It's another week, another part of the journey, and Notre Dame's got to win a game to keep the playoff hopes alive. This week, it's a very familiar foe, Navy. Ranked Navy. Undefeated Navy. Can throw it around a little bit, Navy. Hasn't played anyone yet, Navy, but still undefeated. Here's how I look at it. They haven't played anybody. What am I supposed to measure how good Navy is by how they play Temple? If you're looking at the high end of their schedule, Memphis and Temple, and neither one of them are like what they were when they were like decent programs not that long ago. That ain't what they are now. You know, not ranked, nothing, like not real top-level talent. So it's hard to gauge that. But when they're undefeated, it does tell you that whatever they're doing in that ecosystem, they're doing a pretty good job of it. That's my takeaway. But I'm not going to act like they've been facing top-line talent. They haven't. So let's preview this. There's a lot to cover. Number one, outcome-wise, think about what is at stake. If you're a Notre Dame fan right now, think about what's on the line. Notre Dame getting their 6th win in a row, marching towards the CFP, still alive, entering the bye. Or think about that. 6 wins in a row, most of the Freeman era, trending up into the bye in playoff position. Or you lost to Northern Illinois and Navy. I cannot think of more divergent outcomes than this. Navy and Northern Illinois are not normal losses. That's the thing, you guys. It's bigger than that. This cannot be a situation where Marcus Freeman in year 3 is losing to Northern Illinois and freaking Navy. It just can't be. Those are not normal losses. You can't have it. But the difference between 6 wins in a row, still with the 1 loss, in playoff position, going into a bye, Florida State, who's a mess coming out of the bye, you have everything trending up in the right, or you're the laughingstock of America again, because not only did you lose to Northern, you lost to Navy too. This can't be real life. It can't be. It just can't be. Notre Dame's defense has lots of young players playing due to injury. At any given time now, you got a handful of first, second-year players playing key roles because of injuries, whatever. They're doing their best out there. Sometimes they make rookie mistakes. Other times they make great plays like they're learning on the fly. That's just the position we're in. That's kind of tough when you're playing Navy. And so much of it's based on that discipline and knowing your cues and knowing your responsibilities and hitting the quarterback and wrapping up and penetration. And you got to know where you're going to be. You got to know everybody's role and who's got who, what your IQs are, what you're looking for, all this different stuff. That's tough for upperclassmen. Now you're going to be in a position, you're going to have to ask some younger first and second year guys to be able to read all that and make the right plays against Navy. All it takes is one guy to be on the wrong spot or out of his lane, out of his gap. They get a pitch, they get a block, and there it goes. That's all it takes. So that makes you a little nervous when you're going to have younger linebackers out there or younger edge players or whatever. That makes you a little nervous. Big test for young players. Maybe the first time seeing this in an actual game. This is a Drake Bowen type of game. He's coming on, leading tackler last. This is a Drake Bowen type of game. He should have a big day. He's got a chance to have a big day. So that's on my mind, that you're going to have some of these younger two-year play, first or second-year guys that they can't make catastrophic mistakes. And you got to play them. And I know they're on fall break, so Freeman said they've been able to give more attention to this pregame prep. They were practicing this in the last bye, practicing some of the Navy offense, defending it, whatever. Maybe that all helps. Big test for those young guys, and I'm nervous. All it takes is one guy to mess up their role, and it's trouble against the Navy offense. That is one of the top things on my list. You know what it's going to take. Eye discipline, physical discipline, mental discipline, knowing your cues, knowing your responsibilities, hitting the QB every time, wrapping up when you get a guy, you got to get him down and get him to the ground. How about this? Here's two things, maybe the two most important things to me defending this. Number one, penetration. Penetration destroys anything this offense wants to do. If you could push them off the ball, get back there and disrupt the pitch and everything they want to do or whatever, that's a key. Here's another one. You got to play good defense on first down. I am sick of watching Notre Dame play Navy, and it doesn't seem like any good play at all, but they gain 4 yards on first down, 4.5 yards on a pitch play or whatever, and then it's 2nd and 5, 2nd and 4, and then you could do anything you want. That is not going to get it done. You got to get these guys behind the sticks, behind the chains. Negative plays, get in a pitch lane, disruption, you got to do it. You got to do it. Notre Dame's going to have all the physical advantages. Look at the recruiting, and these are guys in the Navy, and it's not even the same world. This game is not about who's better physically. It's about who's going to do the right things mentally. This game is very much not a physical battle. Notre Dame has more athletes, better athletes, bigger, faster athletes. That's not what this is about. Who's going to play smarter, more disciplined football? It's got to be you. It's got to be you. And Navy's flying high. They got a lot of momentum. They never stop. They try hard. All that annoying Navy-ness stuff it all applies. And even more now that they're undefeated and they got big goals. Here's the other thing, Matt. So how mature and disciplined is this defense? How much can I rely on these first and second year guys to get the job done and not have a catastrophic breakdown where nobody's got the pitch man, nobody's got the fullback and he's wide open and just runs through the defense. It just doesn't take much. And here's the other thing. Oh boy. I'm telling you right now, I'm not here for this, but I could see it happening. Triple option, fullback dive, quarterback keeper, pitch out wide. Notre Dame's creeping in. The safeties are creeping in. Everybody's crashing near the line of scrimmage, blah, 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 blah. And then the little Navy guy does a fake Rooney, and he fakes the pitch, and then he hides the ball, and we're all up by the line, and then they throw it, and there's no Notre Dame guys there. And Morrison's not there, and so there's nobody there, and everybody fell for the pitch, and then they don't, and then they throw a bomb over Notre Dame's head, and America laughs at Notre Dame. Well, I'm not here for that. I want that to happen 0 times, that Navy gets over on Notre Dame and thinks they got Joe Montana back there. And I could just see it. I could just see it in my brain. It's already pissing me off. All the Notre Dame guys are sucked up by the line for the pitch, and it's a fake-a-rooney. And then the submarine guy throws the pass, and everybody laughs at Notre Dame. And, oh, man, Navy really got Notre Dame on that one. I'm not here for it. I want it to happen 0 times. None. 0. Can't get enough unfiltered Notre Dame football talk? Be sure to go over to patreon.com/alwaysirish. Former captain Mike Goolsby and myself. Do that. Screw it.
Oh, he never won anything. It's been 30 years.
On offense. I've heard a lot of, what are the odds Navy's going to be able to stop Notre Dame's offense enough to win the game or what? I don't see them stopping Notre Dame's offense that often. Yeah, well, I've seen Notre Dame stop our own offense often this year. It's been better lately, but we don't need a defense to ruin what we're doing. We've ruined what we're doing on offense a lot of the time. So, I'm always on alert for that. Is it just what Navy does? We're capable of ruining our own offense on any given drive. You get sloppy. You have a couple 3-and-outs. You have a couple turnovers, quick drives with no points. Get 3s instead of 7s. Kick it to them. They take up 9 minutes of clock, score, and pitch it down the field, whatever. That's how you lose to Navy. That's how you lose to Navy, folks. So, that's the whole game plan here with the way they play offense. Shorten the game. Everybody gets less possessions against them because they eat up the clock. You got to take advantage of what you get. Your margin for error is less. You don't get as many possessions to make up for bad series. That's all a part of it. Getting ahead of Navy early is key. That's the other thing. I always say I want to defer, because I want to play good on a 3-and-out, then go get points, and then I want the ball after the half. Is there an argument to be made that against Navy, maybe you should consider taking the ball, trying to get ahead of them? You want to get ahead of Navy. Getting ahead of Navy is a key thing. You're making them chase. If they get ahead of you and you're chasing them, you're screwed, man. That ain't where you want to be. Is there an argument to be made? I'm a defer guy. Is there an argument to be made to take the ball here and try and get ahead of them first? It feels like Notre Dame either nails this and destroys these guys, or it's a battle to the last second, and it's just very, very few games in between. So I don't know which it is. I don't know which it's going to be, but I can't imagine a world where you're in year 3 of a coach and they lose to Northern and Navy. Buddy, you got real. I don't even want to think about the fallout from that. Notre Dame doesn't just lose games. Everything they did, it's a catastrophe. That you notice that with Notre Dame. It's not just Notre Dame lost a regular game. Every game we lose seems to be some drama catastrophe on a national scale. Northern, Ohio State last year, Marshall, Stanford, these are nightmares. These are not regular losses. They're off the scale. They're so bad. It's not hey, Notre Dame played a good team and they played good and they just fell short and it is what it is. When we lose, it's some national catastrophe. I'm sick of it. So I don't know. What's it going to be this year? We either seem to kill these guys or struggle with them. I don't know which is it going to be this year. And Notre Dame starts slow sometimes. You just can't have it in this game, you guys. This game is too compacted and too shortened by what Navy tries to do. There's way less margin for error. You got to be ready to perform early. You can't wait a quarter and a half. You don't have that kind of time against these guys. Last I looked, Notre Dame's an 11.5 point favorite. Again, I don't even take the spread seriously at all with the way these guys play, and it's so weird. And atypical, the typical game flow. So I don't know, you guys. Listen, I respect Navy. I respect the history. Like, spare me. Oh, John, don't you know about what happened in World War II? Yeah, I know. I read Notre Dame books, okay? Spare me in the comments. John, didn't you know that they helped us in World War II? I'm going to type out a thesis. I don't need your thesis. I already know the history. I respect Navy, but I know I respect Navy. I respect the academy. I respect the history they have with Notre Dame and during the war. And at the same time, I hate the way this game is played. It is my least favorite game of the year. Aesthetically, I hate it. Stylistically, I hate it. Least favorite game of the year every time. Oh, John, what about the pageantry? This ain't a parade. It's a football game. And it's an annoying one, all right? If Notre Dame could get this W and get into that second bye with just the one loss, with deceased Florida State's carcass coming to town after the bye, you got real light at the end of the tunnel of 11-1, man. Not just a concept that feels far away. You got real light at the end of that 11-1 tunnel if you could get into the bye with this win. So I don't know, man. There's reasons for confidence. There's reasons to be nervous. It's just a matter of like, how put together is everything going to be for Notre Dame? Is this going to be one of those years where that defense clicks defending this offense or not? Offensively, are you going to be able to do what you need to do and push them around and eat up some clock your own and put sevens on the board, not threes? Like, there's just a lot on the line, man. Couple stupid turnovers, couple 3-and-outs, a holding penalty, and you're backed up. You got to punt it. That's how you get behind the Navy. You just can't afford mistakes against them. So I don't know. I don't know what we're going to get. I don't know what to expect. But again, it's unbelievable, like where Notre Dame finds itself almost every year. It's just, you're at this huge path, one way going to the right, one way going to the, and the difference between getting that bye with one loss with a bunch of winnable games on the back end of it in playoff position versus losing to Northern and Navy. I can't think of two possibly more divergent paths and outcomes of this game and how the media and fans are going to react and what the narratives are going to be than this game. And you have the whole thing of, listen, I don't care that you want to tell me Navy's ranked and Army's ranked or whatever. You know how this is going to go. If Notre Dame beats them, even though they're ranked, it's going to be they didn't play anybody and it's just Navy. It's not a huge win for Notre Dame. And if you lose to Navy, you'll get made fun of forever. So I always say that it's a no win for Notre Dame. You get beat up. It's a weird, like, physical gameplay with a hangover. You have a bye, so that helps. You just hope nobody gets hurt. They're doing away with a lot of the old school blocking Navy did, but still, you hope nobody gets hurt. But man, there's a lot on the line. And this game always feels to me like if Notre Dame wins it, doesn't matter how good Navy is, no big deal. It's just Navy. And if you lose it, your life's over. It's a no-win situation to me. Oh, they're ranked or whatever. Yeah, bro. And then they're going to look at their schedule. It's not like they're a unbeaten and ranked like Power 4 opponent, or they're just not. You're not going to get the credit you want to get for this win, but you need to. I need you to be prepared, and I'm just going to have anxiety about this. Just the young defenders out there, and just sometimes when we just can't put it together on offense, like if a few of those things happen all together, that's how you're in trouble. And I just can't have it. I can't afford it. Not this game, not this week, not this year, not the situation we're in. So I'm not scared of these guys, but you got to do the right freaking things to win this football game. And we all know what they are. We talk about them every year. I respect Navy. I respect the history. My least favorite game of the year. Get it over with the win and no injuries. I'm annoyed by this game already. I hate it. Don't forget to check out the merchandise. The link is in the description. You can browse and carouse all the different Always Irish gear. Make sure you head over there and get something for the next tailgate. Thanks for being here.